Good morning, it's day 58. Hiking the Appalachian Trail. And we stayed on the floor in the porch at Blackburn Center. It's Potomac Appalachian Mountain Club. Their little house. There's a private house here, over there, and then, as I showed earlier, a little bunkhouse. And there's a tenting area not far from here. Running water, electricity, bunch of amenities, and all for free. Place is really nice. This might be one of the only views of West Virginia down in the valley. Trail's getting a little bit easier here. Mostly farmland down there. Alright, let's get to Harper's Ferry. Ooh, that's close, huh? Busy road crossing. West Virginia. So, good morning. That was a really good stay there. There was no park rangers, nobody there. Just Grizzly and me, and there was a kid that stayed in that bunkhouse. The bunkhouse, we originally started to set up in there and realized there was nobody there, so I checked out that porch. It's a wraparound porch, screened in, and it was really warm last night. The thing about that bunkhouse is they got an old potbelly stove in there, and it just smelled like burnt wood and musty feet. So kind of cowboy camped on that porch, which is perfect. Wasn't too hot, it was perfect temperature. You could hear the animals in the background. The owls were going crazy. There's some hawks that were feasting on something in the area too. Today we have scheduled 13.1 miles into the town of Harper's Ferry, which is where one of the headquarters of the ATC, the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, is stationed. We'll check in, we'll get a picture of us taken and put in their logbook for the year. It's kind of a special thing for hikers. It's called the unofficial halfway point of the Appalachian Trail, and I think it's going to give us a huge boost. Not that I don't need a boost, And I was afraid last night going to bed that I'm gonna wake up and be really sore, because that trail yesterday could have been one of the roughest days we've had. And I'm trying to do a body scan now because I've had a problem with one of my foot and a knee, same leg. So far it seems good. I'm gonna have to wait till I hit a downhill and see how it is. I'm trying not to take a lot of ibuprofen, because when I start taking that, it doesn't work as well after a few days, and usually get an upset stomach. So I'm gonna back off and see if it just kind of takes it easy today, and maybe even next week I'll take some easy days and it'll recover. So looking forward to Harper's Ferry, and I'm probably gonna see if we can find a hostel. The hotels are outrageously priced there, and it is a holiday weekend, so we'll see. All right, okay, so whoever said West Virginia is flat and smooth, right? So here we are entering Harper's Ferry National Historic Park. It still looks like the same terrain. Not complaining though. Potomac River, Harper's Ferry. We're still on the trail. We have to get into the town now. Come down from up there. Had to work for it. Now it looks like we're gonna go down, around, and then bridge cross.
Table and we are sitting here.
So this is the ATC Center, and you come in, you check in. I started at 103, then in Damascus I was 87, and now I'm number 29 to go northbound through here.
This is pretty cool though.
Little hitchhike out of Harper's Ferry to a hotel, get me away from the crowds. Get me out of here. So end of day recap, day 58. We hiked from, can't even remember the name of that place. It was only this morning, but we did 13 miles into Harper's Ferry. Most of it was unexpectedly rocky. We thought it was going to be a little bit easier trip in there, but when we get to Harper's Ferry, we checked into the ATC. I ended up being hiker number 29 to check in northbound, and I started at 103 in Atlanta and got to 57, I think. I don't remember now. It's been a rough day trying to get organized, so whatever. I'm actually down to number 29. That's what it was. So these are the hikers that dropped out, or I passed a lot of hikers, and I haven't really seen that many that I've passed. We usually, when you run into a hiker, you usually talk to them. A couple questions. Hey, if through hiking, you heading north or south, or flip flop, starting here, there, whatever. You start to meet some of the hikers in your group, your area. Get to Harper's Ferry, checked into the ATC, got our picture taken. Goes in their year-end yearbook. And then we went to an outfitter, which really wasn't that impressive. A couple of silly little things that I need to tweak, but it's not going to happen here. Then we went for lunch. Grizzly and myself had some burgers and a couple of cold beverages. And we tried to get out of Harpers Ferry as quick as possible because I didn't realize that it was that big of a tourist attraction. Small streets. It almost reminded me of the north end of Boston. Traffic is crazy. You can't, two cars can't really go down the street together. There was people everywhere. It's a very historic town, and I highly recommend, if you have the time, come and visit Harpers Ferry. We don't have the time. We're just kind of like in and out, but I am currently in a hotel room. It's nice to be, I'm in the room by myself. I had a resupply. We called and got a pickup from an Uber, got to Walmart, and I picked up, I don't know, about 5 days supply, I hope. The terrain seems to be a little bit less difficult for the next state or so. I'm hoping that my foot will get a little bit better. My toe seems a little bit better. My knees are both still kind of bothering me from all those rocks the past couple of days. Good night's sleep, maybe that'll heal it. And I'm going to be up and early tomorrow, and I'm going to hit the trail. I'm going to be going by myself for a few days because Grizzly's taking 2 days off. He's got some family visiting him. And I'm not quite sure about my family visiting. We had plans, but it seems like that might have fallen through. Casey, Killer Cam, she did the challenge, the 4-state challenge. Unfortunately, there was a mix-up at where you're supposed to start, and she ended up coming up a little bit short. That would have been a 45-mile day. So possibly in the next few days, I'm sure I'm going to give it every effort to see if I can catch up with her. And it's good to have some hiking partners with you. We really don't spend the whole day together. It's usually just when you get to the shelter or the campsite, plan the next day, and kind of just, it's nice to keep an eye on each other that way. So, sum it up. We're just about the halfway point. Sometime next week we'll be the halfway point. And I'm going to make a reassessment. I need to switch out my gear because today it was 85 degrees. Tonight it's going to be 76 degrees. I'm inside, so it's not going to matter, but I've got all my winter stuff, and I need to lighten my load by getting my summer stuff here. And I'm going to be heading into Maryland soon. I don't think Harpers Ferry's got many miles to it, so I'm looking forward to that. So after being about halfway, very excited. I'm pleased that everything's working out. I'm making some new friends, and that's all I got. So I hope y'all have a great night, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.